Let's go.
We have playoff hockey
Oh,
in
yeah.
Philadelphia.
Hell yeah.
Real playoff hockey.
Yeah.
For the first time in 8 years, I think, if my math is correct. 2018 was the last time there was real playoff hockey in the city. Not in the bubble, in the city.
Hell yeah.
Of Philadelphia. Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Against all the odds.
I love it.
You and I, Matt, we willed it. We willed it.
Oh,
with our faux hammer.
It was wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful.
It was wonderful.
Yeah.
Hey, this is the Men in Orange and Black, the podcast for the sane Flyers fan. And you sane Flyers fans are out there celebrating because we've got playoff hockey. The insane Flyers fans have drifted away. Don't know where they're at.
Well, they've been asking if they want to join the bandwagon, and I've been kind of letting people know, well, some people, yes. Others, not so much. So, Hunter Brody, you're not allowed. No, you're not allowed on. I'm sorry, pal.
Is that because of his Sidney Crosby love? Is that why?
Oh, is that another thing that he said?
Oh, he was outed quite quickly on WIP. WIP. For his love of Sidney Crosby. Although I think I knew that from
Interesting.
a while back.
Interesting. He's turning more and more into a fraud by the very second. Very interesting there. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think he has to admit that he overreacted just a tad.
Just a little bit.
In January.
Yeah.
Just a tad.
Yeah.
By the way, Matt Craig, you can write all your hate letters to him. My name is Steve Murray. We don't need to know that. But let us look at the glorious end-of-season statistics for your Philadelphia Flyers, who are in the playoffs as the third seed in the Metro. Finished with an overall record 98 points.
Just amazing.
That is plus 22 from last season, right?
That is absolutely correct. Yeah, 76 last year, 98 this year. And, I was thinking about this, my illustrious colleague. You and I were both thinking that, if they get in as the second wild card, they'd have to get 90 points. I think we reasoned that way back in episode 1.
Oh, really?
Card in the upper right corner. And we were hoping that, okay, if you get there, you'd have to win half your games, maybe get 10 or 11 ties. Well, they won half their games, and they did get 10 or 11 or a dozen ties. But I don't think we ever foresaw 98 freaking points and third in the freaking Metro. That's unbelievable to me. And yet they pulled it off. It's unbelievable.
They pulled it off with a worse home record than road record. On 3 more wins on the road, 23, 14, and 4, as opposed to 20, 13, and 8 at home.
What an amazing turnaround. Wow.
That is, I have to say, despite this being a young team, that is a sign of maturity.
Very. Yeah.
You can go on the road and win in somebody else's barn in the hostile environment.
Yeah.
Quite good.
It really is amazing. To think about that. You're right, because you're going in, you have to play a certain style when you're on the road, and especially if you're on the road. Yeah, discipline, blocking shots, frustrating, getting timely goals when you need it, getting the timely save when you need it. All of that happened during the month of March. It started in Madison Square Garden coming off the break, and yet it carried all the way straight through, all throughout California, coming back. It was bookended by 2 Washington losses, go figure. But it was one of those things where it was like that 8-game streak. I think people always point to the California trip, and I would agree. I think there was something that definitely happened there, but at the same time, an identity was forming on the road. It was like us against the world. Damn it all. We're going to go into your barn and take these wins. And damn it, they did, man. I mean, give them credit.
Absolutely.
This young team. Give them credit. This was veteran type
Not
stuff.
Not only that, they finished the year with a +1 goal differential.
Let's go.
Dragged themselves up to 19th in the league with 240 goals for.
Yeah.
Ended just outside the top 10, 11th in goals allowed with 239.
Yeah.
A +1. And believe it or not, the power play increased by 0.6% since last episode.
Yeah.
And we finished the year at 15.74, which is still... Imagine that.
Yeah.
This team, as good as it's been all year,
Yeah.
and their power play is shite.
Yeah. Last in the league.
Still made the playoffs.
They still made it in.
Unfortunately, because of a couple games we're going to talk about, their penalty kill did take a dip here at the end.
Yeah.
Dropped another 0.7, so they did finish below league average at 77.55%.
Yeah.
But those are your end-of-year statistics, end-of-regular season statistics. We got playoff hockey ahead.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look at the division standings while I pull this up.
Show us the Metro.
Really amazing stuff.
Show us the gloriousness.
Look at this. I mean, tied with the Penguins for second, but because of the regulation wins that the Pens have, they get the tie break, they get the home ice advantage, but still tied at heading in, they get 10 of 12 points in the final 6 games of the season to go from 88 to 98 points. The Caps, give them credit, they were trying, but they were too far back, and the Blue Jackets and the Islanders, man alive, we'll
talk about that later.
Oh, we will definitely talk about those two teams later in the second period in particular, because what they ended up doing, good Lord. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen something like that out of them, but we're third, man. We are third place. Yeah. You clinch.
And look,
home ice.
A lot of people are saying, no, a lot of people say, well, yeah, it's these choke jobs, Blue Jackets and Islanders, they fell out. Yes, but the Flyers had to do their job.
Oh, yeah.
And good on them. They did it. So let's get into how they did it.
Let's do it.
Starting with Easter Sunday, they have risen. Flyers.
Oh, goodness.
Dan Vladar gets the start, first period. Porter Martone gets us on he doesn't get us on the board. Devo does.
Yeah.
Christian Dvorak. But Martone sets him up with a beautiful outlet out of between his legs.
Yeah, man.
Off the ball.
Yeah, man.
To Dvorak. It goes in on 2-on-1 and snipes the first goal of the game. Flyers take a 1-0 lead after 1. Then in the second period, we're getting plenty of action going on there, but Dan Vladar hanging in as he has done all year. Nothing really happens as far as scoring in the second period, but there were a couple weird things. The first one was a strange penalty taken by Morgan Geekie of the Boston Bruins, who I think he broke his stick. Or someone, I don't remember who, because I was sort of only half watching. I was at my parents' house. Someone on the Bruins ice lost the stick. Needed to get one as he was skating by the bench. The stick was tossed to him rather than handed.
No, you can't do that.
It's cheating. It's a penalty. So, well, of course, Flyers do not cash on that power play.
Yeah.
Also in the second period, Matvei Michkov takes a diving penalty, which, warranted or not, was his second of the year, and so he gets fined.
What was it, a couple grand?
If Evgeny Malkin just gets...
Yeah, nothing for slashing somebody's head off, that kind of a deal. Right? Yeah. I mean, come on.
Slap on the wrist.
Slap on the wrist, doesn't matter, but yeah. I don't know about that. I mean, I think it was more hilarious the Geeky penalty more than anything else.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That kind of a deal.
You got to love that.
It's so funny.
You learn something new every day.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so we go to the third period. Unfortunately, just 35 seconds in, David Pastrnak, notorious Flyer killer, although not recently, takes a one-timer. Rebound goes to the side. Casey Middlestat picks it up and has a nice drop-off to Pavel Zacha, who ties it at 1. It would end the third period would end 1-1, but the Flyers do outshoot the Bruins 10-5. So that was good news.
Very much so.
We were controlling some of that play. Then overtime comes, and the foot is on the other hand penalty-wise.
Yeah.
Pastrnak goes to the box for hooking.
Yoink.
Just 7 seconds into the Flyers power play, Charlie McAvoy then goes to the box for hooking. Bunch of hookers over there on our team. So the Flyers go 5-on-3. Stop it. Porter Martone in the bumper right in front of the net takes a shot off the one-timer. Doesn't go in, but he pots his own rebound. Flyers win 2-1. And that win catapulted. I think they put them in the play.
It did. Yeah, it sure did. Yeah, absolutely. It got them in because, of course, they were, At the time that we were recording, it was on Saturday, and they were all tied in that logjam. But because the Islanders had played, I believe it was Carolina, they lost that game on Saturday. So the next day, you had 2 games at hand and 2 chances basically to grab 4 points, which we'll talk about. But game 1 was this Boston game. You get the 2, you vault all the way up to 3rd. So you were in 5th position. You now in position at the wild card with 5 or 3rd place in the division with 5 games remaining, and you have a 1-point lead on both Columbus and the Islanders. Really amazing stuff. And Porter Martone, how do you do indeed? What a great call by JJ. That was probably one of the best calls after such a great celebration, of course, and cashed in on a power play that had not done much of anything in that game at all. Really struggling on the power play. They had 3 power play opportunities in the second period. Just could not get anything going. And then all of a sudden, 5-on-3 with 2 of the best Boston players on their ice in the penalty box.
That helps.
That definitely helps out. Thanks, Boston, for that. And, 2-1. Huge win because it carried in to the next game, my friend.
Into that hellhole we call New Jersey.
Yes.
Or North Jersey, anyway.
Yeah.
Flyers go into Jersey. Dan Vladar getting yet another start in a row. Jersey had been playing very well up to this point.
Mm-hmm.
Had been making up some ground. They were not going to make the playoffs, but matter of fact, I think this loss eliminates them. But
yeah,
they had been playing better after the break.
Mm-hmm.
Having Jack Hughes back kind of helps that. But anyway,
a little bit, yeah.
Less than 2 minutes into the game, Trevor Zegras gets us on the board. He has a wide open net as Sanheim feeds him cross ice.
Yeah,
makes no mistake. And then not even 2 minutes later, Porter Martone, your boy.
How do you do?
My boy.
Yeah.
I don't know, who's somebody's boy.
Yeah.
Porter Martone rifles a pass to Zegras.
Mm-hmm.
Zegras has 2 goals in 4 minutes. That is highly efficient hockey.
Very much
Flyers
so.
are up 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
The problem then was that the Devils decided that they were going to play some hockey after that. The Flyers, I think, at one point were either up, I think it was 5-0 or 7-0 in shots.
Mm-hmm.
To get to 2-0 and maybe a little bit after.
Yeah.
Jersey flips that around real quick.
Big time. Yeah.
Spent a lot of time in our zone, lots of shots. Turns out Cody Glass ends up getting what I call a video game goal. It's the goal where it hits the goalie and then the goalie's like, if it's popping up in the air, he can't see it. And it just bounces off his back and in. That's pretty much what happens. Jonas Siegenthaler took the shot from the point, hit Cody Glass, went up and over Vladar and in the net.
Yeah.
So the Flyers exit the first period only up 2-1 after that amazing start. Ultimately, they were outshot in that period 10-7.
Yeah.
So, yeah, good start, but not a lot to like overall.
Yeah. Yeah, very much so, yeah. Devils clearly with the momentum there, yeah.
Yes. But the tides turn again in the second period. The Flyers are penalized for too much man, and Michkov ends up serving that penalty. Penalty is killed, thankfully. Michkov comes out of the box, chips the puck up the boards to Forster, who goes on a 2-on-1 and snipes it.
Yeah,
boy.
Man. Yeah, man.
TIE fighter with the big goal.
Big time goal. Oh, yeah.
Restores that 2-goal advantage.
Yep.
And then just 2 minutes later, because 2s are wild in this game, apparently.
Yeah.
Forster again. Zegras tries to pass across the ice. It gets broken up, but it still manages to get to Forster, who gets a shot off. Makes it 4-1 Flyers after 2 periods of play.
Yeah, man.
Third period, Flyers end up holding the Devils to just 5 shots. So they've taken our advice, learn how to play with a 3-goal lead.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned that, Steve, because, a lot of times we talked about it early on. Utah game is a great example of, you cough up not only 1 but 2 multiple goal leads.
Yep.
You're up 4-1, and now all of a sudden that's not happening anymore. They're not coughing those leads up. And Nick Seeler, I think your point is spot on too. Learn how to shoot from long range, because that was a great shot by Nick Seeler. right? Up and over.
So he showed you the way to score an empty net goal is not have it blocked by Matthew Schaefer.
Yeah.
Is to shoot it 30 feet in the air.
Yeah.
Then it's too high for him to get, and it drops in the net. So Nick Seeler with the alley-oop.
From way downtown.
Flyers win that one 5-1.
Yeah, great game. Great game.
Excellent game.
Yeah, just total domination. It was the first time the Flyers had swept the Devils in the regular season since, get this is 1983-84 season. That's how long it's been. It's been almost close to, a little over 40 years where the Devils have either had a win, or something along those lines against us. First time in 40 years that happened. Just absolutely. Yeah, who would have thunk? And, and you dominated them. You dominated this team. Craig.
Outside of the 10 minutes in the first.
Right, exactly. But, for the 3 games, I'm saying in the 3-game total, 6-3, 5-3 back in November. And, of course, Jack Hughes was out during that time. But then you're up there again in a crucial game, and you blow them out. That's just unbelievable for that young team to go up there and to put their stamp on the Devils. Ended their season, basically, at that point. They were
so we're feeling good. And then I look, and I'm like, oh, crap.
3-game winning streak. I texted you. I said, this is going to be the 4th. No doubt. They're winning tonight.
Boy, were you wrong.
And I was dead wrong.
And we knew it from the start.
Yeah.
All right, Vladar gets yet another start in a row. Who knows if that factored into this at all, but things going poorly right off the bat. Matvei Michkov takes a penalty for punching someone in the head. I believe it was David Perron.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah, not good.
Not good.
And the Red Wings seem to figure something out against the Flyers' power play here, or penalty kill. So Alex DeBrincat steps out in front. Vladar makes a hell of a glove save on him. Face-off comes. DeBrincat comes right back in, same way, except instead of cutting across, he takes a backhand, shoots it up over Vladar. Red Wings take a 1-0 lead. And remember, the Red Wings were very much in the hunt for the wild card at this point. So the Flyers down 1-0. They get 2 power plays in the period, are unable to capitalize. Surprise, surprise. They do end up tying the Red Wings in the game as Christian Dvorak takes redirects a shot on net by Porter Martone from the point.
Yep.
Get it and shoot, man. Just let it go. And they do outshoot the Red Wings 11-4. So you think, okay, we hung in there.
You're with them.
We're with them.
Yep.
Okay, no big deal.
Yeah.
Second period, here's when it really goes south.
Oh, massively
so Ristolainen goes to the box for a penalty. Short-handed rush. Owen Tippett, not realizing where he is on the ice, falls over John Gibson, the Red Wings goaltender.
Yeah.
Sends the Red Wings to a 5-on-3. So Moritz Seider blasts one, makes it 2-1 Red Wings on the 5-on-3.
Yeah.
And then with the remaining power play, Dylan Larkin walks out of the corner and puts one past Vladar to make it 3-1. So a nice 1-1 even score. Quickly goes south to 3-1.
Yeah. All within the first 2 minutes of the game. Yeah.
Yeah. Period.
Yeah.
Flyers get their own 5-on-3 because the refs like to even those things out.
Part of the script.
Mo Seider actually got called for being a douche. And then Justin Falk gets called because he trips Owen Tippett. The Flyers put their 5-forward unit from Boston out on this 5-on-3 penalty. But the Seider penalty expires, and that's when your boy, Typho, I don't know what he was thinking.
Yeah.
Last man back. Tries a pass across the ice. Gets intercepted. Dylan Larkin with a shorty. 4-1 Red Wings. That chased Dan Vladar. And this all happened within the first 5 minutes of the second period, by the way.
Yeah.
All everything I just said.
Yeah.
So a little bit nuts. Gibson, interestingly, also ends up getting pulled. I don't know that I ever got the official explanation. We all assumed it was because of the collision with Owen Tippett.
With Owen Tippett, yeah.
But so both starting goaltenders out in the second period. Flyers do get back within 2. Porter Martone gets a power play goal by standing in the crease and just slamming a rebound off the side after a shot by Zegras from the other side of the ice. So that was a very Wayne Simmons-ish type goal.
Yeah.
Just be there.
Yeah. And just ram home the rebound. Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
All right, so down 2, third period starts 7 minutes in. Patrick Kane, I wish he would just retire, scores to make it 5-2 Red Wings, and then a few minutes later, Dylan Larkin gets his hat trick, 4-on-4. That makes it 6-2.
Yeah.
Flyers get a goal late from Luke Glendening. Who cares? 6-3, your final. Flyers actually outscored the Red Wings 2-1 at 5-on-5 play.
Yeah, but
special teams.
This was all about undisciplined play from the start.
Oh, yeah.
You have Matvei Michkov taking doing a really stupid thing, punching a Detroit player in the face. And that just they lost their damn minds. I don't know what transpired there, but again, youthful team. It was a huge learning lesson, really. I mean,
it's not just the youth. Risto took his penalty at the end of the first period by ripping the helmet off of Dylan Larkin. So he got the extra 2.
Yeah.
That's what sent us on the power play to start in the second period.
Yeah, and especially...
And then Owen Tippett, where are you, buddy? Know where you're at on the ice.
Right.
You can't go through the crease like that.
You just can't.
Backwards.
Exactly. Yeah, you just can't do those things, and especially... they were goading us, no question, trying to get us undisciplined, and they succeeded, obviously, in what they did. Moritz Snyder had a 5-point night against the Flyers. 1 goal, 4 assists. Larkin, of course, as you mentioned, with a hat trick. It was really brutal. It was absolutely brutal in this game.
And Tyson Forster ought to know better.
Yeah.
You're at the point. You're the last man. You can't try to those. If you're going to go like that pass, you got to know for damn sure you're getting through.
Yeah.
And he could have shot it from there. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
Shoot the damn puck.
3 for 4, Detroit on the power play as well during this game. We were 1 for 6. We got a power play goal with Martone, but
that gets wiped out by the shorty.
It sure does. Yeah,
Right?
exactly. Yeah, so it was really just all dominated by Detroit. Fortunately, though, during that day, Flyers, I think you're playing Detroit, but you also had Columbus playing that day, I think, and then there was the Islanders were playing. They both lose.
Yeah.
So
that was the saving grace.
And that was the saving grace because it's like, you're seeing the Caps, they're starting to come a little bit. I think Capitals did win that night. So it was like,
that's right.
You're kind of going, oh boy. But boy, we went into Winnipeg. Brother, I will let you take it from here because, wow, yes. I don't think we saw this coming at all. I don't know.
No, not at all. Dan Vladar back in the net to start. Alex Bump goes out of the lineup in for Garnet Hathaway. Who knew Garnet Hathaway was going to be the difference? But
yeah.
The Flyers get off to a quick start. Martone with a good back check. Strips the puck, gets it to TK. TK with a strange move, and then he puts a wild no-look pass to Porter Martone for a slam dunk goal.
Great play.
On Team USA superstar Connor Hellebuyck. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Flyers up 1-0 quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't last too long. Hayden Fleury ends up getting the Jets on the board after Vladar can't glove the initial shot from whoever the hell that Jet was who shot it. I don't care.
Hayden Fleury. Yeah.
No, Hayden Fleury got the goal. But
Kopke.
Initial shot.
Yeah, Kopke.
Yeah, so Vladar tried to glove it, and it just
kind of bounced off his,
it kind of bounced off, and Fleury was Johnny on the spot.
Yeah.
But the Flyers end up getting it right back. Matvei Michkov gets a nice goal.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sean Couturier, off a good forecheck with his looking like his silky self, stripping the puck and then whipping one up top corns.
Love it.
On Team USA superstar Connor Hellebuyck.
Well,
Flyers up 3-1 in the first period on the Winnipeg Jets, who looked like world beaters a year ago.
Yeah.
Right? Xfinity
Mobile. Yeah. It was what an unbelievable start. And, I mean, it only just got worse from there for Winnipeg.
Well, the Jets did. Vladar had to play strong because the Jets did get some opportunities in that period.
They did. And he was answering the bell.
And into the second period.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
In the second period as well, Vladar standing not on his head, but making some big stops to keep the lead where it is. In the second period, Travis Sanheim sneaks a point shot through to build the lead, so that was good. Sealer at the end of the period ends up taking a penalty, but Noah Cates.
What a shorty. What a shorty.
Working with Christian Dvorak.
Yeah.
Flyers go into the second intermission up 5-1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chase Team USA superstar Connor Hellebuyck to the bench.
Yeah.
I love Connor Hellebuyck, by the way. I'm just. This is
Yeah,
a world-class goalie you're doing this to.
Gold medalist too. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean,
absolutely. He
crazy.
of the miraculous save between the legs on what's his face from Team Canada.
Anyway, yeah.
So Hellebuyck out. Loose puck goes to Couturier in front. He gets a second goal and a sweet top shelf backhand. I mean,
going back
I don't
to
think even Hellebuyck was stopping that one.
No, and that was really was actually they had pulled Hellebuyck after 2 periods of play, and then they put in their backup goaltender Comrie, and he got he absolutely got schooled by Couturier, going way back to the old 2015, 2016 days.
Oh yeah,
top shelf
stuff.
It's like damn.
And then for the extra point, we have Nick Seeler on a.
Yeah.
Jim Jackson was shocked.
I mean, it was a hell of a shot. I mean, you beat him short side.
It was a heck of a shot.
Yeah.
It was like Patrick Kane, right?
Yeah,
Short
man.
side.
Yeah.
But you saw the look on Sealer's face.
Oh, yeah, he couldn't believe it. He was just like, I don't know.
I'll take it. 7-1 Flyers.
Extra point is good. Yeah, they go into Winnipeg. You know, they tie, of course, the season high in goals. They scored 7, of course, against Colorado, which had both of us shocked back in January, I think, when that game took place. But start to finish, probably their best game of the year. Start to finish. I mean, they had some little rockiness in the second period. Dan Vladar, though, huge. He ended up with a .964 save percentage on the game. And just massive contributions up and down the lineup. You have Martone scoring. You have Michkov scoring. You have Couturier with 2 goals. In the game. Sanheim, your defender, one of your top defensemen, gets a goal in this game. Everyone looked really, really good. Just kept building the momentum. They bounced back off just an absolute dud that they threw in Detroit. And, man, they just absolutely blitzed Winnipeg in this. I mean, it's just fantastic stuff. Fantastic win. And, most importantly, continue to grow that distance between Columbus and the Islanders, because they started to lose as well, and you're starting to see that gap, and it's like, oh, gosh,
that's right.
You've got a chance.
So the Sunday after the Winnipeg game, you had some losses that give the Flyers the opportunity to clinch with a win at home against Carolina, the team we never beat.
Yeah.
Flyers lineup stayed the same. Carolina, fortunately, maybe Rod Brindamore was doing us a favor. No Jordan Stahl, no Svechnikov, no Aho, no Ghost, no Jarvis, no Slavin.
Yeah.
Fielding the B team.
Yeah. But they did not make it easy.
No, they did not.
Yeah.
Flyers did get off to a nice start. They got a few shots. Just couldn't finish for whatever damn reason. Carolina's second shot goes in the net. Nick Ehlers goes behind the net, or from behind the net. Feeds whatever this guy's first name is. I didn't write it down.
Bradley Nadeau.
Bradley Nadeau.
Yeah.
Screw him. He puts Carolina up 1-0. Christian Dvorak then takes a holding penalty, and Nick Ehlers, who apparently decided this was his game to play, ends up scoring on the power play on a busted pass.
Off of Sanheim's skate, if I remember correctly. I mean, it was kind of like one of those passes across the slot, and it goes off Sanheim's skate, which kind of stalled Vladar a little bit, and that's all the time that Ehlers had to just put it in up against the post. I mean,
he was the biggest free agent last offseason for a reason. He could score a little bit. So maybe Winnipeg could have used him. Flyers pushed a little bit that period, but it ends up stalling. Carolina kind of owns the rest of the first. So we're down 2-0 after 1. You're like, oh, God.
Yeah.
Are we going to have to win against
Montreal, right? Yeah.
Oh, man. All right, so second period starts off tough. Carolina is really on the forecheck, but then Verbarkey saves the day. He spots Michkov coming off the bench. Michkov buries it, cuts the lead in half.
Huge in it. Huge goal. I was screaming. I was like, yes, we're back in this thing. And it wasn't until like a couple minutes later that Sean Walker, former Flyer, did us a favor.
Yeah,
essentially,
took
right?
A stupid penalty.
Really dumb. Yeah. Just rips Zegras' helmet right off.
Zegras' helmet off while there's a scrum in the corner.
Yeah.
And that's a penalty. Trevor Zegras gets the revenge, ends up scoring the goal on the power play. Oh, power play goal. Jim Jackson was confused as hell, as was I, because I didn't know it went in.
Yeah,
it went in through the goalie's 5-hole, but hit the back of the net and came out so fast.
Yeah,
that it was hard to tell there was a goal.
Yeah,
but it counted. Flyers tied the game at 2.
Oh,
after 2 periods, it's a game. We have life.
Yeah, building was absolutely rocking at that point because it's like you're back in it, and you know the third period was pretty tense back and forth, man. I don't know about you. It was like, where's that third goal? Where's that third goal? Doesn't come at all. But I'll let you go ahead and take it.
Well, the Flyers get a power play. Then the power play was taken away because apparently it's okay to elbow if you didn't high stick.
What a weird call that was, right? Because I think they initially thought 4 minutes for high sticking. They go to the replay. It's not high sticking, but they don't call the elbowing penalty. And that was the thing. They just didn't say it over the mic, which I would be so freaking furious at. You know, at the arena, kind of going like, okay, so what are we doing here? What happened? It's like it's on the replays. It clearly elbows Barkey right in the face, and yet they don't call it. It's unbelievable to me that was not called.
That's right. The
so
Flyers
ridiculous.
do end up getting a power play later, but of course we can't score multiple power play goals in a game, so we can't score on that one. And it did seem to me, because Carolina did have something to play for. If they got a point in this game, they would clinch the top seed in the East, the Eastern Conference. So they did have something to play for. It seemed a little cautious at the end of the game. Like,
I would agree.
Let's all get our points, boys. It's all good.
It's all good. It's all good.
It reminded me, do you remember, like, way back, the Flyers were playing, I think, the Buffalo Sabres it was like the last game of the season or close to the last game of the season. And they both would get, I think they both, like, Buffalo would clinch and we would get a seed if we both went to overtime.
Yeah, something like that.
So, like, everybody was kind of just standing around for the last 2 minutes of the game.
Yeah, you're kind of
let's just get points.
Let's just let this thing kind of just edge out towards the end. We'll both get it. I kind of got that sense, too. The Carolina certainly, I think, tail end of the third. So we're talking like probably like 5 minutes to go in the third period. You could definitely see they started to edge off just a little bit. You know, and it was like by around 2 minutes ago, they really edged off. And the Flyers were kind of doing the same thing, thinking like, okay, well, we're at least guaranteed one. All we need is just the other, you know, and it doesn't come in because the overtime session, oh my gosh, was that scary. Oh my gosh.
Jackson Blake hits one off the pipe.
What are you doing? Like, what is going on there?
I know. Then Michkov goes on a breakaway, can't elevate the puck over the pad.
Yeah.
Dan Vladar makes a huge save with like a second left in overtime off a one-timer.
What a save.
Sends us to the shootout. Not that it really makes a difference, you know, as far as we already had a point. But because then we go to the shootout. Zegras, Michkov, TK, all get stopped. And you're like, oh, man.
No, now what?
Those are our guys in the shootout. On the other side, Vladar stops all 3 Hurricane shooters, so that was good news. Then Tyson Forster gets his opportunity, rifles one top corner. Was this the goalie who had the wrong glove?
Yeah, Boosie. Yeah, his catches with his right.
He had the right catches with his right.
Yeah.
Who knows if that threw people off? But it didn't throw Forster off.
No, because he wired that puck, man. That thing.
He did. Then all Dan Vladar had to do was stop. Is Andre Nikishin?
Alexander Nikishin.
Alexander Nikishin. All he has to do is stop Nikishin. And I'm not sure what Rod Brindamore was doing sending these guys out in the shootout. But, of course, with all the guys he sat, he probably didn't have many options.
Yeah.
So he goes out. Vladar makes the save. A la Boucher 2010. The Flyers are going to the playoffs.
Hell yeah. We get the X, baby. We are clinched. And so let's talk about that real quick before we talk about the final game here. Your initial thoughts here, bud, because it has been a very long 6 years.
Long time.
I was a little emotional.
No.
I mean, it was a long time. I mean,
I don't count the bubble.
You don't count the bubble? Yeah.
No, I don't count the bubble.
Yeah.
That was just messed up.
That totally was messed up. Absolutely. Yeah.
I was pumped, man. I was pumped.
Yeah,
it was exciting.
It was unbelievable. When Vladar made the save, it was like, oh my gosh, we're back. We're back in the damn city. we're relevant again. It was a very long time. To your point, 8 years since the last time they're going to host, a playoff game in that building. And, it's just like, just that alone, it makes you appreciate the fact that, okay, yeah, there were some very lean, dark times, but man, when a young team gets built, when it's built properly, should emphasize that, when it's built properly and you have good young talent mixed with good veteran talent, and you get a great goaltender, and we'll talk about him because he's unbelievable, this guy getting the Bob Clark Award, but Dan Vladar, but having him get around like 900 save percentage throughout the entire year and really just keeping us alive in games. I mean, it was awesome. I was playing like, my God, the Flyers were, when Vladar makes the save and they have it on their Facebook feed, and I'm just replaying that for like 2 minutes. It was a 2-minute video. I was just playing on repeat, man. That's all I was doing. late that night. It was great. Yeah,
it's definitely a different feeling because we grew up with the Legion of
Doom, Primo,
then you get to the Danny Briere years, and you were outside of like, what was it, 06, 07.
Yeah.
When they missed, they were in the playoffs every year.
Yeah.
And it just, you kind of take it for granted. You've been out all these years now, and now we're back, and it was amazing.
It really was. And that was the thing too. Like I going through it, in the late '80s, early '90s, very lean years back then. Of course, like you're coming off of. By then, Flyers had won 2 cups in the '70s. In the '80s, they were competitive. They were right there, winning the division, going to the conference final almost every single year. And then all of a sudden, the talent dropped off for like 4 or 5 years. And you have Gary Galley on defense and Terry Karkner. Oh, God. And then Lindros comes, and you start to see the talent. And you have the Crazy Eights line. But then John LeClair shows up, and the rest was history. You're right back into the playoffs at '94. You go all the way to the conference final at that point. And we were back. And this has that kind of feel to it, doesn't it? I mean, it's like you've got the young, hungry team in here.
Yeah.
And it's like the future is bright. And it showed itself in Montreal. I mean, well, let's go to that game.
So we'll go to the Montreal games. Your Philadelphia Phantoms taking on the Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to list who was out and who was in because it's way too many. I will mention David Jiricek makes his Flyers debut.
Yeah.
First period begins, and the Habs were fielding their regular team. They had something to play for.
Yeah.
All their guys are in. They could hop over Tampa Bay, get home ice for their first round series.
Mm-hmm.
And we are jumping all over the Canadiens.
Crazy.
Particularly Matvei Michkov, who ends up, I think, with 8 shots in the game.
8 shots.
9 shots, some insane number of shots. He gets a shot off that Porter Martone ends up deflecting in the first period to make it 1-0.
Mm-hmm.
And then he picks up the puck after Hunter McDonald lays a huge hit to trying to exit the zone. Michkov gets it over to Oliver Bonk, making his NHL debut, and he gets his first NHL goal. Congratulations to him.
Crazy.
We'll see how long it takes before I call him Radic Bonk.
Right?
His father.
Yeah.
His father. All right, so the Phantoms up 2-0 after 1. The Phantoms plus Matvei Michkov up 2-0 after 1.
Yeah.
Against the Canadiens. Second period, Brendan Gallagher gets on the Canadiens on the board, and you're thinking, oh boy, they were taking us lightly maybe early on. Here they come.
Yeah.
No. Michkov restores the 2-goal lead. He pounces on a rebound, puts it in. Johnny on the spot.
Yeah.
So 3-1. Think we're getting into the center, getting Intermission up 3-1, but no. Jake Allen. This was a weird play. So Sam Harrison in net makes the save. Jake Allen. Evans? Oh,
Jake Evans, yeah.
Sorry. Jake Allen's the goalie.
Galley from
whatever.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah, kind of a weird, strange play because it was like, Harrison kind of sort of had it and it dropped behind him. And Evans, of course, being Johnny, dove for it. And Sealer almost broke that play up. Almost had it. Yeah.
And, I'll save it for the second period. Second period, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
So we go into the third period. It's a narrow margin, 3-2. We have nothing really to play for.
Yep.
But the Phantoms do survive some power plays against that Montreal. Cole Caulfield ends the season with 51 goals.
Kurt Suzuki, all that kind of stuff. Yep.
Nick
Suzuki, not Kurt, right? Nick Suzuki.
Yeah. I'm not the only one messing up names here. Nick Suzuki.
That would be
over 100 points.
Yeah.
So some killers there on the power play. Martone. I'm not really sure what exactly. I think Yuri Slafkovsky kind of right in front of his own net. Martone steals it, feeds Alex Bump, who was back in the lineup. Bumper puts one in.
There you go.
Flyers win 4-2 to end the season on a 3-game win streak.
Oh, no. Don't say that. Don't say that. But, that's the regular season, Steve. We're now heading into the playoffs. But
so we don't count.
Yeah, exactly. We don't count that now. It's like it's a clean slate now. Yeah, we're all 0-0.
Clean slate.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, go 5-1. It's funny too because the last episode we were thinking like regulation loss is going to kill you, and it almost did. But you had Columbus help you out with a loss, and the Islanders help you out with a loss, and so it didn't matter at the end of the day. And we were in control of our own destiny. And the fact that we ended really with a Winnipeg blowout win. A Carolina nail biting, but you're able to pull it out in the shootout, and then you really played a solid game against Montreal, and now you're heading against the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Well, I did say a regulation loss would be a killer, but I also was under the assumption that they would not win the other 5 games.
Right.
That also helps.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Yeah.
I mean, we said what? I said 9.
We had to get 9. Yeah. And we got 10.
I said we had to get 9. We got 10.
Yeah.
I was assuming that there was going to be maybe an overtime loss in there somewhere, but no. We won all the other games in that slate.
That's fantastic stuff, man.
We got to 98. We are in the playoffs, baby.
Let's go.
I don't know if you know this, but the Flyers are in the playoffs.
I have noticed that. I have noticed that a lot.
Stop that.
Hold on.
Stop it.
There we go. That's better.
There we go. That's better.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
Yes, all right.
Yeah.
All good. All good. All right. Second period here on the Men in Orange and Black. By the way, the Flyers are in the playoffs. You need to like, share, and subscribe.
Hell yeah.
We willed this. It was us.
Yeah. 45 subscribers. Thank you out there. Really appreciate it. Hey, just to let you know, my illustrious co-host, we got a shout out from my company's CFO, who said that our podcast here is very professional. So, Bill, thank you. We appreciate it. I really do appreciate that. That was really cool.
Tell us you don't watch the podcast without telling us.
He has checked out a couple of our episodes, and he was very complimentary. So I shouted out in a meeting. Yeah, I said in a meeting with everybody. So yeah, check us out, Men in Orange and Black. So there you go. Word of mouth can spread, Steve. So you never know what might happen. There you go. So.
Professional is not the word I would choose to describe it.
Exactly.
But by our deeds, we honor him. Okay, so we're gonna do studs and duds for the final time for the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're going to discuss who on the Flyers got team awards, not from us, but from the actual team.
Yeah.
Then we've got a few odds and ends around the league to kick around.
And that's appropriate because it is odds and ends indeed. Yes. Yeah.
Like us getting Patrick Waugh fired. And some choice words from Columbus Blue Jackets head coach. But first, we start with the studs of the last 2 weeks. Matt, I'll go to you first.
Well,
rookie.
When you're a rookie, right? You are the 6th overall pick in the 2025 draft. You go to Michigan State, but you lose heading in, to the NCAA tournament. So it's like, oh gosh.
I also willed that to happen.
Which I'm giving you much props for. You wonder, okay, well, how's he going to do? My goodness gracious, Porter Martone, how do you do indeed, brother? My God. In 9 games, 4 goals, 6 assists, 10 points, +4. I don't know what happened here, but my goodness, he is unbelievable. His presence on the power play. Yes. his presence on the power play has solved, I think, you saw it in the stats, right, at the beginning of this podcast. That power play now, 15.7%. And I'm thinking to myself, well, that might have been it. We just didn't have a 6'3", 200-pound guy clean up the rebounds that were left and all that kind of stuff. But it's more than that. It's the heads-up play.
I'd love to know the power play percentage since he's been on the team. That would be interesting.
That would be very interesting. But the heads-up, the Boston game was his best game by far. The no-look pass to Spring Dvorak out of your defensive zone to go on a 2-on-1 and it converts into a goal. I mean, no one that is a guy that is like maybe 34 that does something like that. It's a crafty little thing. For a 19-year-old to do something like that, to recognize that his defender is coming to him and he springs Dvorak, that was an amazing play, and it just sent him off from there. Great rebound goal, of course, on the 5-on-3 power play. But it was more. It's just the fact that he brings a presence now to that lineup that I think has been sorely lacking for each of the last, I would say, 3 years. There hasn't been a kid like this that can step in and can score goals in the dirty areas and be in the right spot at the right time. The goal that he had against Winnipeg, against Hellebuck, set up by Konechny. Konechny's like, okay, I know he's going far post. I'm just going to throw it to him. And he was there. Johnny Ospotny buries it. I mean, it was his hockey IQ up here is unreal for a 19-year-old. And I don't know if he's going to be a point-per-game player. I don't know. But what a way to be a stud, dude. I mean, that is an STUD for the last 2 weeks. That guy,
and
hot
I got
damn.
news for you.
Yeah.
I don't, if the rules are what I think they are, next year he will still be a rookie. It could be eligible for Rookie of the Year.
Can you imagine?
Hilarious.
He might be, yeah. And he might just do it. He might just do it. I don't know. But what a way to announce your presence in the National Hockey League like that. 6'3", 214. That's his build. Crazy. Porter Martone, stud. That's my stud, dude. Unbelievable.
Yeah, all right. Well, mine, I'm going with the Mad Russian.
Hell yeah.
Matvei
And this
Michkov.
guy.
Since the Olympic break, I believe he's second on the team in scoring. He just seems to be getting stronger every game.
Yeah.
He ends up in a, what we all admit is a down year.
Mm-hmm.
He ends up with 51 points, 20 goals.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Oh, yeah.
Right? For somebody, I mean, obviously we had higher expectations from him. He had 63 or 64 a year ago. So that's down, but that's a lot for somebody who supposedly was having a rough year.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's certainly come on the last couple of weeks as the playoffs got nearer.
Yeah.
He had a huge goal against Winnipeg to restore the lead that had just been lost.
Yeah.
He had a huge goal against Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
He had a hell of a game against Montreal. Like we said, 8 shots. He had a goal, 2 more points. His stats since the Olympic break have been phenomenal.
Yeah.
He's still not where I think he's going to be, but he's looking a lot more and more like the player that we saw last year than what we saw earlier in this season.
Yeah.
And I think it's very encouraging the way we've watched him play the last couple of weeks. So he's my stud for the last 2 weeks.
The Olympic break.
One of the keys, when we were coming out of the Olympic break, I said one of the keys to make the playoffs was Michkov was going to have to be closer to the player he was.
He was.
And I think he has been. And look, we're in the playoffs.
+6 in his last 5 regular season games, Steve. That's how amazing. Outside of the Detroit game, he didn't take a minus there. But +1 against the Devils, he had 2 assists. +2 against Winnipeg, the goal you mentioned, and the assist. +1 against Carolina coming off the bench scoring. And then 3 points against Montreal, +2. I mean, that is phenomenal stuff in your last 5 games. He ends the season even in 81 games, where he was a minus player. He was a minus player heading into this, and now he is restored. He's still a minus player overall in his career. But that being said, for him to be even after the start that he had, and everybody, all the circus that was surrounding this guy, of he doesn't like Taka doesn't like him, blah 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 blah, and he just stays to come. And after the Olympic break, man, he's noticeable. He is aware on the ice. You know where he is at all times. People have to know where he is in order to try and stop him. They can't stop the kid. So it's great to see him rebound the way he has done each of the last 6 weeks. It's been phenomenal stuff. I agree. Yeah.
And you wonder, it's kind of funny that he was so noticeable against Montreal, because you would think Michkov being one of the few regulars in the lineup, the rest of the team, their average age was like 15 years old.
Yeah, he was the veteran out there, that kind of deal.
Yeah. You'd think Montreal might want to focus on him, to kind of stop him from scoring, but he was all over.
All over the ice. Yeah, it's great stuff.
Kudos to Matvei Michkov for taking our last regular season stud.
Yeah,
season.
Love it.
All right, now to the duds, of which there were not many, but we managed to find some. I'll go first.
After you,
Win
sir.
Streaks.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Right?
It's amazing that without winning 4 games in a row all year, we're in the playoffs.
Strangely consistent, the fact that they hit 3 and then lose and then bounce back up and again another 3 and then lose and then bounce back again.
When you look at it kind of holistically, if you're winning 3 out of 4, that's fantastic. That's 75%. You win 3 out of 4 games all season. That could be a record.
Yeah. You're like in the Avalanche territory at that point.
Yeah. So it's not the worst thing in the world to win 3 out of every 4.
Mm-hmm.
But for the love of God, every time we get to 3 wins, it's like, all right, I don't feel like I need to watch because I know they're going to lose this one.
Well, that was the thing.
It's almost automatic.
I was thinking, you come off the Jersey game, and it's a great thing. You beat the Islanders, you beat Boston, classic win, right? You get the Martone goal there, and then the Devils, you go up there and you dominate them, right? 4-1. And I'm thinking to myself, Detroit, we should beat this team. It was, Cody Beach and the Detroit Red Wings in our building beating us. That was ridiculous. So I'm thinking there's got to be a rebound. And this kind of leads to my dud. The entire Detroit game, what the hell? I mean, that was such the most undisciplined Flyers hockey I've ever seen. Like, that was just like, they were... I don't know what the game plan was to try and frustrate it. Maybe they just didn't understand what Taco was saying in terms of frustrating them, but that was just... goodness great, just can't do that.
I mentioned in the first period how it seemed like Detroit had figured something out on the power play, because the 2 goals they scored on the regular 5-on-4 power play was both the guy getting the puck down low to the side of the net and then coming out to the front. DeBrincat did it twice. He got stopped the first time, but he almost used the first time to sell
the second one,
that he could go to the back end a second time. But then Dylan Larkin in the second period did pretty much the same thing. Where he came out from the side of the net after getting the puck and then shooting. And that one he did score. So I don't know if maybe Detroit saw something there or whether we just weren't paying attention to that guy at the side of the net.
Maybe concentrating too much on the back door. I mean, it could have been a number of different things, But, I mean, it was frustrating in that regard. Just absolutely total frustrating to sit there and watch that, because it's like, guys, stop them. And they just didn't go to them, thinking that there might have been a back door behind them or whatever. I don't know. But, the entire Detroit game for me, and it was tough to find it. Listen, when you win 5 out of 6 and you clinch 3rd place in the division to get to the playoffs, you're not going to find much in the way of duds. You're just not. Because the team's playing red hot right now and playing very, very well. But that Detroit game, you just flush it down the toilet, I guess. But
I was also angry at Moritz Seider because
5 points.
He strikes me as a fake tough guy. Like he was whack. The penalty he took. I said he got a penalty for being a douche. He basically was it Tippett? I don't remember who he was. He was chasing him down from behind and whacking him with a stick, and then he tackles him. Like football. Like, dude. And then he was Forster in the first period. He was shoving in front of the net and like, oh yeah, you want to fight? Let's go. He tried Couturier. It was very noticeable. Like shortly after that, Couturier, Glendening, and Hathaway. Or
was it Hathaway? No,
it wasn't Hathaway. He wasn't in the game. Couturier, Glendening, and whoever else was playing with them. The goalie Gibson made a save, and they all converged on him. Like. In a row?
Yeah.
Almost like, you want to try that again? Because he was getting after Forster. Seider wanted nothing to do with that. That was hilarious.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, my God.
But that Detroit game, you're right. That was the ultimate dud.
Yeah, you just have to flush that. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Fortunately, after that game, there were only 3 games left in the regular season, so there was no opportunity to lose.
Right, to lose that.
Right.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
All right, let's shift into the team awards, which were announced as the Phantoms were playing the Montreal Canadiens.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, excuse me. To no one's surprise, the Bobby Clark Trophy for the MVP goes to Dan Vladar.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Yeah, I mean, when you have a guy really in the stat department that was, heading at 905, I think it was, or 910. I'll have to look it up here. Vladar was the entire reason why they are a playoff team right now. 29 wins on the year, 2.42 goals against average, 906 save percentage. And yeah, I'll throw in the NHL Edge stats here. High danger save percentage, Dan Vladar at 822. He had on the season 1,162 saves on the year. Really amazing stuff. When he signed here, I was like, all right, open competition. We'll see what happens. You hear some things about him when he's like, we'll see, he's a fired up guy or that kind of stuff. But it was evident game one, I thought. It was like he wanted it. He wanted to prove himself. They gave him an extra year on the contract. He comes in. He plays well. He plays, some games he was coming up with the most timely saves. And yeah, he gives up 2 goals. But he just shuts it down at that point. You don't score 3 or 4 on him, and it's only on the off nights. That's all you can ask for.
Your goaltender. Few and far between.
Yeah, that's all you can ask for.
I disagree with something you said. I don't think he's the sole reason the Flyers are making the playoffs.
That's fine.
He's certainly a huge reason, and certainly getting competent goaltending was important after last year when we got incompetent goaltending.
Oh yeah.
Frankly.
Oh yeah.
And while his save percentage 9 whatever is not top of the league, it's not
906.
Hoist him into the it's not going to hoist him into the Vezina competition.
Mm-hmm.
It was. I don't think the numbers truly do the job he did this year's justice.
Yeah,
because it's the timely save. You're right.
Yeah,
and he let in 2 or fewer goals in pretty much the majority of his starts.
Yeah.
Which is also big because
if
you can get 3, you're probably going to win the game.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a surprise that he was the MVP. He didn't carry the team, but he's a major factor in the success that we had this year.
Which I can understand why they would name him MVP on the for the team on the year. Honest to God.
Absolutely.
I mean,
absolutely.
If you don't have him in the lineup, you're leaning on Sam Ersson, who's really, unfortunately, has shown, that the performance has gone down. Now, he did rebound coming off the Olympic break, very fortunately. But there was that first half of the year where Sam didn't play all that well. So if you don't have that steadiness with Vladar being there, I think that's a totally different story. And now all of a sudden we're doing this. If we don't have Vladar, we're doing this as our season wrap-up, that kind of a deal. So... Right. He's a major factor. I would agree. There are some other things in there that I think we could probably point to. Guys having very good years also, too. But, yeah, it's the timely saves, I think you're right, is huge in that regard.
That's the most important thing, I think.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so then we go to the Barry Ashby Award for Best Defenseman. That went to Travis Sanheim. Any disagreement there?
I was a little surprised, but looking at it, he led the defense in points, 37. The next closest was Drysdale at 32. Sanheim in the most goals, most assists. So I can understand why they gave him the Ashby at that point. He was a rock. 24 minutes on average per game out of Travis Sanheim, Olympian. Steady as a rock back there. Yeah. I mean, when you average 24 minutes a game, and you're
he was taking on the top line assignments. He was getting the Crosbys, he was getting the McKinnons, he was getting those guys. This is not sheltered third line competition
or second line. You're the second D pair, and you're kind of like, okay, you don't have to worry about Malkin or Crosby, maybe every once in a while, but for him to take up those amount of minutes, for him to perform in the way that he did. being the top point getter in the defense. I was like, Drysdale, but not quite just yet.
No, Sanheim, I think, definitely earned it.
100%.
And I think the good news is, last season he got off to a fast start and he sort of wore down.
Mm-hmm.
This season, I think because of, say, the improvements of Drysdale and the rest of the defense core kind of being uplifted. Yes, he played 24 minutes a night. That's better than 29 minutes a night.
Yeah,
right?
which he was doing.
You're going to get wore down.
Yeah.
So they didn't have to play Sanheim as much, which I think is good for him because that means he'll be good and well rested coming into the playoffs.
No doubt. And yeah,
they're going to need him if they want to advance.
Yeah, especially also to add on to your point, really for him being an Olympian and playing 4 or 5 different Olympic games. I mean, the guy has not had a long break like a lot of these other defensemen have had. So the way they managed him, I think, has been huge. And to your point, also, the guys around him in the defensive room also improved throughout the entire year. I mean, because you're right. If they don't, he's playing 28, 29 minutes, and now all of a sudden it's like, okay, that's a lot. That's a lot of mileage. But, yeah, he did great. So, yeah. Yep.
All right, then we get to the Pelle Lindbergh Memorial Trophy, which goes to the most improved player on the year. I think this is voted on by the players themselves.
I believe that's true.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that went to Jamie Drysdale, which I don't think comes as a surprise to anyone.
Not on this
podcast, because we've been singing his praises all season long about the strides he has made in his development, not just offensively, but defensively, which I think is where he needed the most help. And it gives you hope for someone like, say, David Jiricek.
Very much
his
so.
Defensive game rebuilt.
I'd like to point out, and I think this is so key, this is why he won the Lindbergh Award. 24-25, his first full season, I would say, with the Flyers. 70 games played. He was a -32. You know what his plus-minus was this year? -3. That's a +29 differential for Jamie Drysdale. That tells you all you need to know about what he has done. And he's noticeable in defense. If you watch him, particularly when the opposing team has the puck and they're rushing up ice and they think they're going to have a 2-on-1, he stops it. He stops it cold. And they turn around the other direction. His defensive play, and this is what I was hoping for when Tocchet hired Todd Reardon. He's a great defensive coach. Not taking anything away from Brad Shaw, but Reardon just goes to that next level with these kids, I think. And it shows in this guy. Drysdale is 24, and he was -3. That's phenomenal stuff. And he's not even entering his prime yet. You get him into his prime, he's going to be a plus defenseman in this league and on this team. And, yeah, if you want to add anything more, the stats bear it out.
The most surprising thing to me,
it's crazy.
The stats aside, the thing that I noticed is he has been much more willing to get physical.
Yes.
We talked like in the second Minnesota game when he absolutely shoved Kirill Kaprizov out of the zone with the puck.
You love that play.
I was like, wow, that was awesome. But you see, like he engages more physically, so he's not getting taken advantage of because he's not the biggest guy.
No.
Right? So he's not huge. You think you might have physical advantage. He's using his body, which is good as a defenseman. He's making use of it and using it to break up plays, which is fantastic.
5'11", 185, by the way. So, yeah, he is not your prototypical NHL D-man by far. Yeah.
Right. All right. So then we have the Toyota Cup Trophy, which goes to the player who accumulates the most stars.
No surprise, it goes to this guy. Yeah.
Trevor Zegras.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? Hell of an acquisition by Danny.
Yeah. Revitalized his career. I made mention of that back in December when we were together, for the holidays and whatnot. And what a trade. We won it.
Yeah.
We won that trade, man.
Career high in goals and points, I think. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, and I think Brian Boucher made a great point with him. 67 points on the year for Zegras, by the way. And he was an even player. I mean, that tells you something right there. Yeah, coming in his career, he was -48. Anaheim, early on he struggled. He was -8 last year, but he was also hurt. He played 81 games this year. He was not hurt at all. He played very, very well.
He missed the last game because they're like, hey, take a seat.
Take a seat, right? You don't need to play tonight.
Right.
He did very, very well. And yeah, it's like I think we'll sing it to the cows come home. We won that trade, 100%. I mean, Ryan Poehling did not give you this kind of offense. This guy can dish the puck. He's a playmaker. He could shoot the puck. He could score some of the most electric goals. Him in the shootout is like almost automatic. I mean, it's unbelievable what he does in the shootout. He just needs not to face the guy that catches right. I think if that's not in his repertoire, or he doesn't face a guy like that, he's golden in the shootout. He really is. He's
come down the other wing, maybe.
Yeah, right. Yeah, come down the left side instead of the right side all the time.
Right. Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, you have to re-sign him. You have to re-sign him. He's restricted.
He's a restricted free agent, so
yeah,
they will.
They will.
That's not a question.
Yeah.
All right, then the Alumni Community Leader Award ends up going to Garnet Hathaway.
Yeah.
Hathaway did not have the season we would have hoped. Certainly the goal scoring was not there.
Yeah.
But you did see the last month or maybe 6 weeks of the season when he was in the lineup, I think Garnet Hathaway was a positive contributor.
San Jose game is a great example of that.
He wasn't he wasn't putting up points, but he was being physical. He was doing the things we said earlier in the year the fourth line needs to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
And as much grief as we gave the fourth line early in the year, I think he made up for it kind of at the end.
Yeah.
And the Community Leader Award is not for really on ice; it's more for off ice things. And Garnet Hathaway is a true leader off the ice as well. So it's well deserved by him.
Does a lot of the Philadelphia work, Philadelphia charities, things along those lines. So yeah, well deserved for him. And I think he's, originally Boston Bruin player coming in here, signed a contract with us, free agent contract. Tail end, I think with his career right now, but it's like he's such a good pest. He's a pesky, kind of gets you under your skin type of player. But yet off the ice, I think he's a superior human being, and what he does on the ice, is great. But off is so important too, and he does that so well.
Yep.
So yeah, well deserved there.
Yeah. All right, and then to wrap up the awards, the Gene Hart Memorial Award.
Yeah.
For the most heart, is this the one given by the fan club?
It is given by the fan club. Yep. Mm-hmm.
It is given by the fan. It went to Travis Sanheim.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with that. I like we mentioned before, most on ice time on average per game, Sanheim. Block shots, obviously the captain of the defense, really, if you stop to think about it. Does a really good job, probably on and off, but I'm thinking like on the ice, we talked about his play. Solid as a rock back there, and you love it. You absolutely love it back there for sure, for him to be there.
All right, before we close the second period, we got a couple things we want to talk about because the Flyers, after they played the Islanders,
oh my!
After we recorded the last episode, fired head coach Patrick Waugh with 4 games remaining in the season.
What are you doing?
Now
New York?
we thought the Vegas Golden Cheaters were a little bonkers when they let go of Bruce Cassidy with 8 games left and hired John Tortorella.
Yeah, and that has actually turned out well. Yeah, that's turned out well.
7-0-1 to finish the year under Torts, which good for him getting another job.
Islander said, "Hold my beer. We've got a better idea. Right. We'll do it with 4 games remaining, and we'll get third place." What are you doing? What is happening?
What did you think when you heard that? Because to me,
Stunned.
It was there's 4 games left. What is he going to do?
Yeah,
with 4 games left to get to. I mean, you were in the fight, and you let your coach go.
They were falling down the stretch, but I think you wait until the end of the year to do that. You don't do that with 4 games remaining, and you bring in, of all people, Peter DeBoer. Now, I mean, he will throw any player under the bus, even after, yeah, right. I mean, inexplicably do some stupid stuff. So it's like, what on earth are you thinking to try and give that team that was failing? It was not very well disciplined. I mean, you had a Braden Shen at the deadline. That didn't work out. I was looking at his stats. His stats are awful right now. He's not the same player he once was. So you make it's the Islanders, man. It's like I go back. It's the fish sticks. It's like, what are we doing here with this organization? Unbelievable.
I could see if, a la the Torts thing last year for us.
Yeah.
Where you have some kind of unknown confrontation behind the scenes.
Yep.
Maybe that was the impetus to deal with it. But yeah, to me, you're in the fight. Just ride it out, and if you think you need to change, make it at the end.
Yeah, fireman.
I don't think
at the end of the year.
I don't think firing Waugh or keeping Waugh ultimately would have made a difference.
Yeah,
it's just very strange. Now, ultimately, I think Pete DeBoer is going to be the head coach going forward.
I think so. Yeah,
but I don't know that getting 4 games at the end of the year really.
Yeah, and especially the fact that maybe the thought process was, okay, well, we've got 4 days off. We're behind. But we're only.
What, are you going to change your system in 4 days?
Right? Like, what could you possibly introduce in 4 days? Where they've been through a training camp with Waugh. They've been through him really over the last 2 or 3 years, and all of a sudden, bam! You got to flip it on the fly, literally, within 4 days, to try and figure something out to get the offense kickstarted, when really they were behind the 8 ball when they traded for Braden Shen, and that blew up in their face. That completely blew up in their face. And, and Matthew Schaefer, I mean, I think he'll win the Calder. No question about it.
Oh, absolutely.
I think he's clearly one of the best defensemen, young defensemen in the league, and, good on him in that regard. I wonder if
young or not, he's one of the best defensemen in the league.
Right.
At 18 years old. I mean,
yeah. So you have to. We don't see the Islanders games here. I wonder if he wore down. I don't know. I don't think he did. But it's like,
it's pretty good when we played him 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah. I would, one of the more puzzling, strange, bizarre moves I've ever seen. And I've been following hockey since I was 7 years old. I've never heard of a team firing its head coach with 4 games left. Unless
a team in the playoffs.
In the playoffs, exactly. With 4 games left, and it's like you have a lost season. Okay, that's fine. I have no problem with that.
Right.
But what are you doing? What on earth are you trying to do? It's like you look at Vegas. Oh, wow, Vegas did it. We'll do it. We'll do it, and we'll do it with less games in the. What are you thinking? What is happening? Oh my goodness gracious, what is happening?
I mean, the rationale I think you can see for Vegas is that's a veteran team.
Yeah.
That they won a cup within the last few years.
Got Marner on the
so
team.
They kind of know what it takes.
Yeah.
And Torts has even said, I watched his opening press conference. He's basically like, I stay out of the way. Mm-hmm. I'm just there to, like, if we need to focus on something, we can focus. But otherwise, these guys, I mean, he was like 3 games in. He's like, I still don't know all their names. The Islanders aren't in that boat.
Yeah.
Right? You have a young superstar defenseman. It's not, you have some veterans, but they haven't really done anything.
Yeah.
Really?
You have Anders Lee. I mean, really?
Right. Pete DeBoer comes in. What's he going to do? With 4 games, at least Torts had 8 to try and figure something out.
Yeah.
DeBoer's like, yeah, okay.
I don't know. Very puzzling. Very puzzling move. Don't get it. But it's the Islanders. Like I said, it is what it is.
All right. Well, the other team that we leapfrogged to get into the 3rd seed in the Metro was the Columbus Blue Jackets, who we eliminated them from playoff contention with the Carolina victory.
Yep.
Columbus had 1 game left after that.
And I guess they coasted.
Ended up being meaningless against the Washington Capitals. And they lost 2-1. After that game, head coach Rick Bowness comes out for his press conference, clearly upset and frustrated.
Yeah.
Looks down at his stat sheet and goes, look at this, 3 hits, 23 giveaways. And proceeds to say that the team needs a culture change.
Yeah.
And at the time, he had only signed on till the end of the year.
Yeah.
It was unclear whether he would be back. So he's like, if I'm back, we're going to change the culture. Well, since that press conference, he has signed a 2-year deal. He will be back.
He will be back.
And he said the team needs a change of culture. They don't hate to lose.
No.
They, as you said, they coasted, apparently, against the Washington Capitals in that meaningless game.
They lost their last...
And I said...
Go ahead.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, they lost their last 6 home games to end the year. Like, that is a very tough place to play when that building gets rocking. You know, it gets loud and they fire off a stupid cannon. It makes no sense, but it's hard to play in that building when it gets raucous. And they weren't raucous for the last 6 home games of the year. So we're talking March and into April where the games matter the most and you're expecting home ice advantage and you lose the last 6. So I do not blame Rick Bowness for doing what he did. I really do not. I'm glad that he wants to have some accountability. There was some, like, of course, I torture myself, Steve. You're going to have to take me off TSN. I swear to God. I mean, these guys. Oh, boy. I don't know who O-Dog is. He had the most retarded take I think I've ever heard in my life, saying, like, well, it should have been behind closed doors. He should have done it in public. And I'm thinking to myself, you've lost your last 6 home games, and you didn't even show up in the last one. Not grand, okay, it's the last game of the year. You're not in the playoffs.
Well, here's what I want to say about that before you get on it.
Yeah.
Okay, because I said in the first period, I'm going to talk about Nick Seeler for a second.
Yeah.
Flyers' last game of the season against Montreal was meaningless. We didn't need points. We took out a bunch of regulars. We had a bunch of young kids in the game.
What's he doing?
Didn't mean anything. Nick Seeler is out there, took, I would say, at least 3 high-danger blocks. Ivan Demidov launched one off his, like, the top of his neck.
Yeah.
At one point. And you're like, my God, Nick.
Tapped him
take
right.
It easy. We got playoffs coming.
Tapped him around the body. Say, hey, man, I'm sorry for that shot. You know, it's like, okay.
You see Nick Seeler giving everything he's got like that.
Yeah.
Blocking shots, working hard in a meaningless game.
Yes.
That's what Rick Bowness is talking about.
Yeah, and that's really important to say because that was complete. I don't know who O-Dog is. I'm trying to look him up. I think he's a former player. He had it was the dumbest and the most retarded take I've ever heard. You gotta keep it in the locker room. You gotta keep it in the locker room. It's not fair. No one wants to hear this if you're a player. If you don't want to hear it, have some damn balls and block shots like your coach wants you to do. Don't just walk through it. Just say, the hell with it. That's the problem with Columbus.
He hasn't.
Yeah.
Who's to say he hasn't already done it behind closed doors?
Absolutely. And he was just like, fine. All right, you guys want to I'm going to air this dirty laundry right now. You know, we need to change the culture. All for it. Absolutely 100% all for it. And for this, I have to get off TSN. I swear to God, Steve, you're going to have to like pull it was the dumbest take I've ever heard in my life from a former player. I'm calling him out because it's like, this is so ridiculous. It's like, you got to be kidding me. If this
like I said,
yeah.
Who's to say he hasn't already done it behind closed doors? This was not a situation where it was one game where they didn't show up and now he's airing it.
Yeah.
This was a pattern over a series of the last few weeks. He was asked, like, what changed? Well, it got hard.
And they gave up.
Hard, you gotta buck up.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So he's probably been pounding that message into them in the locker room behind closed doors. And now it's the end of the season. You know, he's not sure if he's going to be back at that point. So why not? All right, you guys aren't going to listen to me. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to tell them what's going on. You know what?
Yeah.
You guys played gutless for the last few weeks. You don't show up. You have a meaningless game. Yes, I understand. But you know what? Guy up in Philadelphia was taking pucks off his ass.
Yeah.
For no good reason.
Yeah, off his back.
You guys could have showed up. You're at home.
Yeah.
This was a home game for them, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
You show up for your home fans who paid money to come see you guys.
Yeah. And you don't show up? Like, what's going on there?
Exactly.
You made a point, and we'll close this out. Here's Ivan Provorov on that team. And you made the point to me, stats aside, this is the second locker room he's been a part of that has had its culture called out. Now, he signed a huge deal. We talked about that in all the way back in July. 8 years at $59.5 million. I mean, the AAV value was off the roof, and we were looking at his stats, and you're kind of like, I mean, going to him to sign a contract, yes, but
sure, like
that's Cale Makar money. He's not Cale Makar.
Cale Makar is going to get way more than that.
Yeah, he's probably looking at like 10, 11 million. But no, it's like, so you're in the upper stratosphere. You're in the top, let's just say 15%. And you get 30 points per season. Like, okay, you're a durable defenseman, but what's going on there? Right? I mean,
the reason I asked the question is because, Torts comes in, he says, we got to change the culture around here, right? And just so happens, Ivan Provorov gets shipped out. A couple other players get too, but this is after Torts has kind of been in the locker room.
Yeah.
He sees what he wants to see.
Takes the temperature.
Figures out.
Yep.
Takes the temperature, figures out who fits, who doesn't, and Provorov goes, right? Because the concept was that the locker room culture was not great. Provorov then goes to Columbus, and now Columbus is getting called out for a poor culture in the locker room.
Yeah.
And I just, I'm not in the locker room, so I can't say.
Right.
But it seemed to me, Provorov's last couple of years here, he just seemed miserable. And
so is he taking that?
Who knows what? I don't know.
Yeah.
Somewhere along the way, I remember his rookie season. Was ironically enough, the last time the Flyers
were in the playoffs.
Home.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I saw a kid who went out and played in the playoffs with a separated shoulder.
Yeah.
And was so upset after the clinching game for the Penguins that he had been out there for the winning goal or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was emotional, and I'm like, I feel for the kid. He's going to be awesome because it eats away at him.
Bounce back.
But he's
got all the motivation in the world. Back. Yeah.
Somewhere along the way, something got beaten out of him, and I don't know if it was COVID or what.
Yeah.
But he just doesn't seem to be that type of gutsy player anymore.
And yet, it's like the talent is definitely there. When he was here in Philadelphia, you saw the skating ability, you saw the passing ability, you saw the defending ability. And yet it just seems like he's just, I don't know if he's going through the motions, and if it's something where Rick Bowness is going to go in there and say, like, you know what? You might have signed that kind of money. But at the same time, it's kind of like, I got Zach Werenski over here on defense, and I'm not going to put it all on him, but for Provorov, it's kind of like you can't just go through the motions and expect to, like, if you really want to truly win, is what my point is. If you truly want to win, you have to step your game up, and that's what Bowness is calling out in that locker room right now. And there are some talented players there, but the mix is so important, and then you fight for each other and all that kind of stuff, and because then you end up like having a Nick Seeler where you're blocking shots in a meaningless game, and yet he's still doing it. Almost like I still can't believe that one. He almost got there with that Montreal. That was just unbelievable. What an unbelievable play he had. But I was so happy to hear Bowness just kind of just go off of his team. There are certain times and places that it has to be done. And I think, to your point, he had been preaching it and preaching it and preaching it, and it was like he was hitting his head against the brick wall. And finally, he was like, that's it. I've had enough. And he took a sledgehammer to that brick wall. I'm not going to hit my head against this. I'm going to tear it down. I have to. We have to change the culture here. Good on him to do it, even though we're a division rival.
With a 2-year contract.
Right, exactly.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It all worked out.
Awesome. Hey, Matt, it's a shame we're not playing the Bruins in the first round here.
Yeah. Not like the old school days. Yeah.
No, but it's more because then we could talk about consuming bears and ripping them apart with our teeth for this Dubby promo. What am I talking about? Now, Dubby has the Sour Gummy Bear energy drink available for ravenous consumption. The most tasty assorted flavors of Sour Gummy Bears with a little bit of sour powder on them. But fear not, Bruin fans, no bears were harmed in the making of this energy blend. If you use our promo code Men in Orange and Black, remember the ampersand, that little squiggly thing on top of the 7 key or your keyboard or your phone, whatever you're using, you can get $4 off of this $40 tub or 10% off of others in Dubby's inventory. Make sure to check it out today at Dubby's website, dubby.gg, or download the app to your phone and rip those bears apart. Matt, there's a good thing there's not a practice for you tomorrow. Tell you what.
Yeah. Maybe I'll do a Herbie. Go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Over and over and over again. Again.
Oh, you got a hot date, don't you, Vakota? All right, well, this is where the fun begins. Because now we are talking playoffs.
Let's go.
The Flyers' first-round series against the Penguins. This is where we have to remind you By the time you see this, game 1 will have already been played because we're recording Friday night, and Matt's not going to get this out till Monday.
Game 2. Definitely before game 2 by noon. That's, again, my goal.
Okay.
And, yeah.
Okay, so we've got the schedule up on the screen. Flyers start game 1 tomorrow night. Saturday.
Hopefully with a win. Yeah, that kind
hopefully with a win. Yeah. We'll see how that goes. Then Monday, game 2 in Pittsburgh. Series shifts to Philadelphia starting Wednesday for its 7 o'clock game. And then the following Saturday, April 25th at 8 p.m. will be game 4.
Yep.
Game 5, if necessary, will be the Monday after that. And then Wednesday and Saturday, May the 2nd, will be game 6 and 7 also, if necessary. Time TBD. TBD on my watch.
Yeah, I don't have that either. So it could be like, Monday would probably be a 7, my guess. Wednesday would probably be a 7, and then Saturday probably be 8.
Probably.
That'd be my guess, but who the heck knows? First time we're looking at this, man. This is unbelievable. I cannot believe we're looking at this. It's just so wonderful to look at.
It's been a long time.
Been too long. Absolutely too long. Yeah. So what are you thinking here, man?
All right, let's go into the matchups first of all.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Because it's this is the Penguins. We've seen them before in the playoffs. It's been as we mentioned, 2018 was the last time we were actually in playoffs played in Philadelphia. That the Penguins ended up taking that series. I believe it was 4 games to 2.
It was a 6-gamer. Yep.
6-game series.
Yep.
Before that was probably the most insane playoff series I've ever seen in my life in 2012.
It was so maddening.
That was
oh my gosh.
That was
so maddening.
That was the stupidest hockey I've ever watched. Before we recorded tonight, I rewatched. There was a video that was up. It showed all the goals from that series. That was the dumbest hockey. No wonder we ended up losing to Jersey in the next round.
Oh yeah,
I think that series just ruined us.
Oh, it did. we had. It was just so unbelievable. It was just like, you had Ilya Bryzgalov as goaltender. That's all you need to know. I mean, it was really just god awful goaltending. And
he outdueled Marc-Andre Fleury.
Right? And who had won, I think, what was it? He had won at least one cup with Pittsburgh.
He had won, yes, he had won at that point.
Yeah, and so it's like you're thinking, okay, we got a chance to win. And they were just equally as bad, if not worse than us. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable hockey. That it was just so
strange.
So strange, yeah.
So that was a real out-of-the-box type, because we played them also in 09 and 08. 08 was the Eastern Conference Final. 09 was the first round. Nothing nearly as silly.
Yeah.
The Penguins were much more dominant at that time.
And then you had the 2000 series. That was, of course, epic. Good guys won on that, so there you go.
Absolutely. And then 97, when Mario Lemieux's first retirement.
Which I loved because it was like, when he first retired, of course, like, what's the Philly fan reaction going to be? Standing ovation. Absolutely. They loved Mario Lemieux. The whole crowd, any Philadelphia fan, every sane Philadelphia Flyer fan will tell you they love people that know a National Hockey League and are great players, truly great players. They loved seeing him, and they showered him with love outside of that. He's true. Showed brotherly love to Mario Lemieux in that whole clip. You have to watch it. It's just fantastic stuff. Great stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
So
all right. So to this matchup, so we ended up tied in points with the Penguins at 98 in the standings. The Penguins' offense, they scored 50 more goals than we did. Ended up third in the league in goals scored, but they also gave up 258, and we're 24th.
Yeah.
At the end of the season.
Yeah.
Just looking at the power play numbers, their power play was 24%.
That's a concern. Yep.
Their penalty kill, if I could scroll over, damn it. There it is, 81.43, so better than league average.
Okay. Yeah, just a little bit above the.
All right, so let's talk first. Let's compare teams.
Yeah.
We'll start with the offense. I think the clear advantage on offense goes to Pittsburgh. Yes.
I would say so. Yeah, they certainly have the firepower. Obviously, if you're, what were they, top 5 in goals scored? third in the league. I mean, that to a lot of people's surprise. A lot of people didn't think that Pittsburgh was going to score that many goals, much less be a playoff team. And yet here they are. So it goes to show you, like, sometimes you don't always have to believe the prognosticators. Even us over here, we do our best. We try, we don't have a crystal ball.
Didn't think they were making it either.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I think it was like we had the Rangers, for God's sakes. I think I was like, the Rangers are going to make it. No, that kind of deal. So yeah, I would say so. I think if you're looking at it from point production, I think you got Crosby, you got Malkin, Brian Rust, I think, is a forward up there. Kari is another one you got to watch. There are a few guys that you have to keep a watch over. And I think comparing
Erik Karlsson.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would say it's a slight edge, I would say, to Pittsburgh. I would say we have certainly the youth, but they've got a ton of experience on the forwards, so they've been through this rodeo before, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with that. Would you happen to agree?
I think their top end forwards.
Yeah, I think their top six is better than our top six.
Yeah, absolutely. Crosby and Malkin centering the top two lines. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I think maybe we might have them beat on depth. I think maybe our third and fourth line forwards might be better than their third and fourth line. But certainly they are top heavy and heavy. Although Crosby was hurt at the Olympics, missed a little bit of time, came back, and then he took a hit. I forget who they were playing. It might have been the Islanders.
Yeah.
He took a hit late in the season, and I think he missed some time after that.
Yeah.
So he may not be 100%, which would be to our advantage.
Yeah.
Malkin missed a lot of time this year. He only played 56 games. I mean, still 61 points, but who knows where he's at.
Yeah.
But I did absolutely. Well, you finished third in the league in scoring. Your forwards are doing something right.
Their power play has a lot to do with that too. So you have to watch their power play very, very carefully.
Yeah, and this kid Igor Chinikov came over from, I think, Columbus. And he only played 43 games for them, but he scored 36 points in those 43 games, including 18 goals. So he's an up and comer.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to keep an eye
on him. Yeah. So what do you think?
So if the edge goes to the Penguins on offense, how about the D?
Boy. So you have Chris Letang there, and he's close to 40, but he's still like one of the best defensemen in the league.
I disagree with that.
You think so?
I disagree.
Yeah? Okay.
I was looking at his stat. He had 3 goals this year.
Wow.
And was -4. He's one of the few minuses on the team.
But only 3 goals out of Chris.
Just to give you a comparison, Connor Clifton, 50 games played was. Oops, sorry, that's penalty minutes. Who did I want to see? So Malkin was +13. Defenseman Ryan Shea, who I have no idea who that is, +30.
That's pretty good.
Erik Karlsson, who barely plays defense anymore, was +8.
Interesting.
And Chris Letang is -4. I don't think he's.
Yeah.
I think he's had an off year, and I don't think he's the same Chris Letang that we're used to.
And I think he's getting up there as well. I mean, Crosby.
He's 38 years old.
How much longer you got, man? I mean, that's the thing with them, and especially on defense. I would argue the slight edge would probably go Flyers. I think I would agree. Or an even or push. It could be either one of the two.
If you're talking about producing points, I think Pittsburgh will get the nod just because of Karlsson. He was second on the team in scoring, just so you know.
Oh, wow. Okay.
With 66 points.
Wow. Okay.
It's Erik Karlsson.
It's Erik Karlsson, yeah.
So offensively, I think they get. But if you're talking defensively, I think we have the edge. I think our defense is much more solid from playing a team defensive game.
Yes.
Than the Penguins.
Yeah, and especially that we highlighted him before, Drysdale. Drysdale's improvement. I mean, you've got, minus 32 to minus 3. So, plus 29 differential there. So that's going to be a factor in this series, I would think. Younger as well. I have to understand, like, they're really old, and yet we're really young. So it's kind of, you've got that going on there in all of this mixing in the pot as well. But yeah, I would agree. I think we just have very slight edge on defense, if I'm going to be perfectly honest there. Yeah.
Now we get to the goalie.
Oh God. Yeah. This is a no contest. This is something where, you make that move, right, from Tristan Jarry to Stuart Skinner with the hopes that, okay, you kind of revitalize Skinner a little bit. You get him out of Edmonton. You bring him over to Pittsburgh, and he's going to do well. And, well, he's Stuart Skinner. And, yeah, we've got 2 goals and under over here, and that's what he's been doing that all year. He has been up and down. Every once in a while he'll have an off night, but he bounces right back, plays great.
Right, here's the stats on Skinner.
I'd be curious. Yeah, with Skinner. 26. Yeah.
Okay, so between Edinburgh, 50 games played.
Okay.
50 games started. 23, 17, and 9. So that's sub 500.
Yeah.
888 save percentage.
Oh, yeah.
292 goals against.
Yeah.
Now here's his numbers just in Pittsburgh.
Here we go.
27 games played.
Yeah.
12, 9, and 5.
Oh.
885, 299.
Oh. You want to know what Dan Vladar's stats are just by comparison? We'll take a look at Dan Vladar here and pull him up.
So he's actually, just before you get that, so Skinner has been worse in Pittsburgh than he was in
Edmonton. Vladar, by contrast, 29, 14, and 7. Goals against average 242 with a save percentage of 906. Clear advantage in net over here, Dan Vladar. Now, I think it's very important, though. We can't always rely on him because Pittsburgh scores in the top 3. They're the third highest scoring offense in the league. So can't just rely on him. You have to play good team defense in front of him. But certainly the stats bode well in our favor in terms of goal.
Well, here's a funny thing. I think it was Charlie O'Connor said it on the All PHLY
Sports. Yeah.
So Pittsburgh traded for a goalie from a cup contender.
Yeah.
They've been to the Stanley Cup Finals 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
They traded for the goalie that the cup contender wanted to get away from. And you're pinning your cup hopes on that.
On that, right? Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Kyle Dubas doing Kyle Dubas things. Yeah, exactly. I remember when that trade went down, it was kind of like, well, that was interesting. I guess that was done for reasons, I guess. I don't know, but
reasons.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And then as far as coaches go, our coach looks much less like an alien version of Jeff Bezos than Dan Muse does. So we have the clear advantage on not having ugly coaches.
He's got great nicknames too. Rocket, Taco. I mean, he's got all the moxie right now. He's got a city behind him, whereas I don't even know who the Pittsburgh coach is. So that's all you need.
Dan Muse looks like he should be an engineer going into Boeing or something.
As long as he didn't pull a Calgary coach and what can I do with ChatGPT? I'm fine with him. That kind of deal. That was the stupidest story I've ever heard. Anyway.
All right. So we've gone through the matchups. Now let's talk about what do you think are the keys to winning this series? Because to be fair, a lot of people are saying Pittsburgh.
They love Pittsburgh.
They love Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Greatest team ever. Maybe 10 years ago.
Sleep with one eye open, bird. Anyway, go on.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Right here.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
This is it. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is Gritty's first playoff.
This is his very first playoff.
Oh,
yeah. He threw a cake at a guy wearing a Pittsburgh Penguins jersey. It was hilarious. It was so wonderful. Yeah.
That's fantastic. He at the Blackhawk game I went to, he took a phone from a Blackhawk fan and spiked it. That's good.
That's awesome.
Where was I? Oh, yes.
Yeah. Keys to the game. Keys to the series.
Keys to win. Okay, yeah, so a lot of people say Pittsburgh is going to win the series. That may or may not be right. But I don't think this is a lock.
No.
Pittsburgh has holes. I mean, their defense and goaltending are suspect. They can be gotten to. This is not a first-round series with the Avalanche or the Dallas Stars or a team like
Carolina.
that. I mean, it's not even Carolina.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, I think, could be gotten.
Yeah.
If not now,
soon.
They're not getting all the way to the Cup final.
I don't think so either.
So I think the Flyers have a chance. So, with that said, what do the Flyers have to do to have that chance?
You want me to go first?
We've each got 3 keys.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. Yeah.
Okay.
I would say you got
selfish pig.
Just
kidding. Go ahead.
I would say the number one key, and I make mention of this, heading into the stretch run here. I was wrong by saying the percentage. I'm going to avoid percentages. When you're on the freaking power play.
It wasn't your dud this week.
It was not. But when you're on the power play, cash them in. You have to cash on the power play. You absolutely have to keep scoring on the power play. And to be honest with you, we have been doing that. We've been doing that heading into the postseason because we have Porter Martone there kind of standing and putting in rebounds, which is unbelievable.
That's kind of the wild card.
That is the wild card, no question.
It's a short sample size, but he certainly does seem to have made it better.
And in order to win this,
carry through, let's hope so.
In order to win this series, you have to cash it on those power play opportunities. No question about it. My second key, Dan Vladar has just got to be Dan Vladar. I mean, honest to God, if he's 2 goals and under, I like my chances. I really do.
Keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on. And it's like, he is, what I love about him so much is he has been so motivated. He loves the city. We love him back. It's like something we've been dying for decades to have a really good goaltender. And this guy, 2 and under, that's what he's known for. He's 2 goals and under. If you keep that offense, the 3rd highest scoring offense in the league, to 2 goals and under through a playoff series like that, you're going to win. You're going to move on to the next round. And he needs to be on his game. And certainly what he's done over the course of the year, I would be shocked if it was a reversal. Would be absolutely shocked if it was like, oh my gosh, he's giving up 3 or 4 and you got to pull him. That would be ridiculous. And then the only thing I thought of was just really frustrate the hell out of Malkin and really frustrate the hell out of Letang. Just get under their skin, but do it in a way that's just like you goad them into penalties. You don't just punch them just for the sake of just punching their stupid faces. You just do it subtly. That kind of a deal. You just kind of, just.
I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you.
I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. Right? You just want to frustrate them just to get them off their game. Because that's what they're going to be.
We've seen Malkin could do it. I mean, it's been done before, many times.
Many times. And so that's what you have to, I think that's get him off the ice, get him, set him in 2 minutes. That takes Crosby off the ice. And all of a sudden, you just never know. Now it's on their penalty kill to do their job. So, I mean, I would think those would be my 3 keys, really. Just the cash on the power play, Dan Vladar being Dan Vladar, and then really just frustrate the hell out of Malkin and Letang and everybody else who wants to be stupid enough to take penalties from us. And I think we have a series win then. Yeah.
All right, so my first key is stay out of the box.
Yeah.
The Penguin power play, we said, was 24+%.
Yep.
It roasted us, at least in the 2 losses. It was
easily 2 losses.
2-2.
Yeah.
Season series was 2-2. The last one, Crosby, and I don't think Malkin played either.
No, I don't think so.
I don't recall.
But they killed us on the power play. Yeah.
But they killed us on the power play. Multiple power play goals.
Yeah.
And this is one of the things that I get nervous about. Can Michkov keep his composure? Can Martone somehow get out of the referee doghouse that he got into immediately upon entering the league? I don't know what's going on there.
Right.
Hope, for the love of God, Cody Beach is not refereeing any of these games.
Yeah.
But you have to be disciplined. You have to stay out of the box. As much as you were talking about frustrating Malkin and Letang, I'm sure the Penguins are going to have that kind of game plan.
No question.
Some of our players like Michkov, because they know that it's a possibility.
And that
So
power play is lethal. Yep.
We have to avoid that power play at all costs.
Yeah.
Second, we talked about Stuart Skinner. You got to make his life miserable.
Turn that guy into Swiss.
Martone, stand in front of him, get in the way, make sure he's not seeing any shots. Florida's not in the playoffs this year. Can we pay Barkov and Matvei to come sit behind Skinner and like chant at him in every game? That would be fun.
Ooh, that kind of a deal.
Just take that. Remind that guy that he is basically the reason that Edmonton does not have a Stanley Cup, and get in his head.
No doubt.
Because if you can get the demons of playoffs past into him, hopefully we could make him look like a 2012 Marc-Andre Fleury.
Right. Yeah, that'd be awesome. I should also point out really back to your first point real quick. In the two losses that we had against Pittsburgh, in each of those two games, their power play went 3 for 4. Stay out of the box. That's all I have to say.
I'm sure it wasn't much better in the 2 wins either.
Yeah, no. Yeah, but stay out of the box.
Okay, so third key.
Yeah.
Defend.
Yeah.
I mean, defense is what got you here. Team defense.
Yeah.
Protecting the house.
Yeah.
Not letting people get it inside other than that Detroit game. And some games in January. If you continue to do what you did leading up to this, which is playing good, solid team, smart defense, you will give yourself a chance. The goals will come just because Stuart Skinner's in net and they're not a great defensive team. So it's not like you have to cheat to get offense.
Yeah.
If you stick to your normal plan with defense, the goal scoring will take care of itself. The most important thing, the thing that makes me most nervous is Crosby freaking kills us every single time we play him.
Yeah.
And if you just put a leash on that guy, you're going to give yourself a great chance.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So don't change who you've been. Keep doing what you've been doing.
So then that leads us to what do you think is going to happen? Does this team win a round and go on to the second round? Because I think if they beat Pittsburgh, they beat them in 6.
Think so?
I think so. Because I love the fact that we're a complete underdog. A lot of pressure on Pittsburgh to try and get past this Flyers team, right? And I think a lot of people are surprised that we are here because I think they thought that this team was going to be maybe the next year they're going to be in. And then we'll see what happens. But I think from a lot of people, they're thinking, oh, wow, they're ahead of schedule. If they win but it's Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's going to win this thing. I think if they play the team, because I agree with you, play great defense, you already got a great goaltender. And if he plays the way he's capable of playing, if he's that 29 win, 2-4 goals against, 905 or 6 save percentage, if we do all those things, I think we beat him in 6. Now, the flip side is if we turn into Detroit and we lose our cool, I think the Penguins beat us in 5. I think it's that simple.
Oh, you think it's that bad? Oh.
Because think about it. The games that we were undisciplined against Pittsburgh, they killed us on the power play. Absolutely killed us. Like I said, they were 3 for 4 in both of the losses that we had against them. They were 3 for 4 on the power play. In a play, you can't have that happen. So as long as you avoid the box and play good defense and get some timely goals, I think you beat this. I think you beat this team in 6. Now I don't know what's going to happen after that, but I think you can beat them in 6.
Is that your official prediction? Flyers in 6.
Flyers in 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think they surprise people. I really do. I think they surprise people.
I think they're. Yeah. I mean, to me, they made the playoffs. So if they end up losing this series, I'm not going to be devastated about it.
This is a cherry on top of the cake. Yeah. This is
they're playing house money.
Yeah.
They're playing with house money.
100%.
I think there's no pressure. You're right. The pressure's all on Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Pittsburgh does have the experience. They've been there, particularly the core.
Yep.
Maybe not Carlson, but Crosby, Malkin, Letang. They know they've been there. And that power play is really scary.
Oh.
So my head wants to say Pittsburgh probably is going to come out of this, but there's one thing we haven't talked about.
Yeah.
This team has played amazing on the road.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Pittsburgh has home ice.
Yeah.
See, I think if the Flyers win this series, I think it's in 7.
Okay.
Because I think the way they play on the road, winning that game 7.
So March really turned you over, really, with their road hockey in March, I think, probably.
Their road hockey's been amazing.
It's been amazing.
Absolutely amazing. So
23 wins on the road.
I'm going to do it. Flyers in 7.
Flyers in 7. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So before we get out.
So we both picked the Flyers. We're not insane.
We're not.
We're taking the Flyers.
No. Before we get out of here, we'll take a look at the bracket here because I put it all together, so I think it was great. So looking at the entire the bracket here, the winner of this faces either Carolina or Ottawa. Not exactly ideal, and I think to be perfectly honest, I mean I would love for them to go all the way. Obviously, win the cup. Talking to Flyers scores, I think it would end in the second round because Carolina and Ottawa. And/or Ottawa, doesn't matter what other team. I think they will move on to the conference final. Who do you?
I don't know about Ottawa. I don't know.
You don't know about that? Okay, but Carolina,
Ottawa's been playing very well, and they've got some good players. I question their goaltending. I think that's their weakest.
That's their weakest point.
Good goaltending all year,
and
I don't. Carolina, I could say, I would say if we got past the Penguins, and Carolina was sitting there, we'd have a really tough time, and Carolina would probably advance.
Yeah.
But if it was the Senators waiting for us, I don't know. The Senators have given us trouble in the regular season, but if you can knock their goalie off his gourd,
I looked it up. All of Ottawa swept us, but all their wins were by 1 goal each game. They beat us 2-1, 3-2, something like that, in the 3 games that we have. Who do you think of the 16 teams remaining? Do you think this is Colorado's cup to lose? Do you think? I mean, they've been the best team all year. President's Trophy winner. I mean, it's very rare for a President's Trophy team to win the Stanley Cup. It doesn't really happen all that often. I have to look up. Yeah.
The thing with Colorado is they were so good at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And I feel like towards the end of the year, they were not playing great hockey. We smoked them out there. Pittsburgh scored 7 on them a little while back.
Yeah.
I don't know that Colorado's going to – they might make it through the West, but I don't know that it's their cup to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They'll probably beat the Kings because the Kings never get out of the first round.
Well, at least they're avoiding Edmonton. I mean, I think if you're them, you're happy that the Oilers are the other half of the bracket. You don't see them in the final if you get that far. So it's like that's pretty exciting if you're a Los Angeles fan. But it's wide open. I think this is probably the most wide open tournament. That Stars Minnesota series is going to be unbelievable.
That's going to be a war. I would say
that's going to be an absolute war. Yeah.
I would say the winner of that could come out of the West, but they might beat each other up so bad. Remember the Flyers Toronto series back in the early 2000s?
Yep.
Yes, we beat Toronto both times, but both times they just beat the crap out of us.
Yeah.
And we ran out of gas in the next round.
Yeah.
That could be what you see with Stars and Wild.
And how far do they go after that first round matchup? Because then it's either Colorado or LA that follows. I mean, that's that part of that bracket. It's just going to be absolutely brutal. In the Atlantic, you got Buffalo, of course, in the party. Tampa Bay holding home ice over Montreal. I love the fact that Montreal's in it. I don't know. It's just like it's great to see a Montreal Canadiens team back in the tournament here, as opposed to Toronto. One, we don't have to hear about how wonderful the Maple Leafs are, and could they win it? And, we had the Canadiens who know how to win a Stanley Cup or two, most cups in history.
Well, they haven't done so in a long time.
But they haven't done it since '93. Yeah, the last Canadian team to do it. I think there's
this guy.
Yeah, John LeClair. So you only have 3 Canadian teams in there: Edmonton, Ottawa, and Montreal. I don't think any one of those. Who knows? The Oilers, I think they get past Anaheim. I don't know how far they go. You know, I mean, the question is goaltending with them. You know, how well is Tristan Jarry going to hold up under the bright lights? We just don't know. You know, I think they'll get past Anaheim.
I agree with you. I think they'll get past Anaheim.
Yeah.
But if they ended up against Vegas, I think Vegas might take it this time.
That might be It could be Torts. Torts might win a cup this year. Just coming off the bench. Oh, wait a minute. I've got this great. That'd be something else. Yeah. If you had to pick one, it's hard to prognosticate. I get it, but because anything can happen in this tournament. You know, it'd be like something like there could be upsets galore. People thinking like, oh my gosh, the Hurricanes are going to, and then all of a sudden Ottawa wins it in 6, or they sweep, Carolina or something like that. That's happened in the history. What do you think? Outside of the Flyers, of course, who do you think would be the strongest contender? Because I'm thinking it's probably going to be. I would tend to agree with you. The Stars Wild. Whoever comes out there is going to be so banged up. I don't know how far they go at that point. I think Dallas has the capability of getting to the Cup final and winning it.
Oh, I agree.
Out of the East, I said at the top, I think Carolina, but
I keep looking at Tampa.
You're looking at Tampa down there. Yeah.
They scare me. They really scare me. I mean, with the proviso, I don't know what Victor Hedman's status is.
Yeah.
He would be very important to making a cup run, but I would have a hard time betting against Nikita Kucherov and the Tampa team.
And they're loaded. They are so loaded. Yeah.
And I know the Canadiens are very good offensively, but I don't know if they're going to have. They're still kind of on the younger side. I don't know if they're going to be able to stick with Tampa Bay if they turn it into a grinded out type of series.
Yeah.
Yes, the Canadiens can win a series that's up and back, but Tampa's not going to play that way. They're going to grind you down.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I would give Tampa the edge. They would be my cup pick. Actually.
They would be your cup pick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's great also to see Utah in it. We don't talk much about, I mean, they got they have the best logo, I think, of the entire league, outside of ours, of course. Ours is the best. I would tend to agree. I think the Lightning certainly could make a run. It really depends on Carolina. How well is their forecheck going to hold up? Because, they get to that conference final and then they got swept by Florida. Florida was an absolute machine. Of course, it'll be interesting to see how they kind of respond. The fact that their nemesis, Florida, isn't in the tournament this year. So does that open the door for them to go all the way to the final? Who knows? I don't know. It really depends.
Kind of like when we got to the final because Jersey wasn't in. We
right?
Didn't have to play Jersey.
Right? Yeah, I mean, anything could happen. And the fact that it's bracketed, it's like you don't have the jumble of, no reseeding after this, after the first round, you go to the second round.
Which I hate, by the way.
Yeah, and there's been talk on that, is that maybe when Bettman steps down, they'll go away from this bracketed style and go back to the 1 versus 8, that kind of a deal. We'll have to see, but that's our thoughts, man. I mean, this is going to be exciting.
Well, who's your cup pick? The
cup pick, I would say... the heart, of course, the Flyers, right? So that's number one. But if
we're sane,
if I'm
fans.
thinking up here, which I'm saying, right?
Right.
I really think it's Dallas. I think Dallas can make a run, even if they go through a war with Minnesota. I think the moxie that they will have coming out of there. I think the Pacific has been a weak division, all year. And Torts may take Vegas all the way to the West final, but I just think Dallas is just so talented. You look up and down that roster, they're so good offensively. They're great defensively. Heiskanen, and then they got Ottinger. And Ottinger, any goaltender will get hot, of course. But if you got Jake Ottinger in that, I like Dallas's chances. So that would be, I think it's the Stars. I think the Stars they've been getting so close each of the last few years, getting to the conference final, but losing to Edmonton. I think this is a year they go over the top and go to the final and win it. Because I don't think there's outside of Tampa. I would agree with you. I think if Tampa's there, there might be a little bit of that. Might be a 7-game series, coin flip, who sees who wins. I would say Dallas, though. I think that would be, if I had to put house money, I'd put it there.
Yeah. All right. So that concludes it. You already know the result of game 1. We don't. So we're hyped for tomorrow night. We will see you after the series concludes. We will record and post. And then it'll either be moving on to round 2 or we'll be wrapping up for the season and getting ready for the draft. But either way, nobody figured we'd get this far.
No.
So we're hyped and excited, and we just can't wait to watch some playoff hockey for the first time in a long time.
Finally, yeah.
All right, so we'll see you in a little while.
Yeah.
Could be a week, could be 2. We'll see how long that takes. But until then, let's go Flyers. Beat those blubbery Penguins.